You okay?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
No, you need to come forward. Okay. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to Q&A session Monday, Facebook Live with Bella Networking from Bella Networking Training. And we have here today Shanella.
Hello, everybody.
Hi guys, hope you can see us. We may need to reshuffle the seats in a moment, but hopefully right now you can see us. So today's session is all about a Q&A and the power of networking to promote a 10,000 crowdfunding campaign. So over to you, Shanella. Would you like to introduce your business and when you started your business?
Okay, so my name's Shanella Walker, and I'm one of the CEOs along with my business partner, Jodie Griffiths. And my business is called The Hyde Secretary, and what we do is we are a recruitment agency, but the most dominant part of our company is actually our virtual office solutions, which you know about. And what we do is we take the emphasis on a full running office and we stick it in the cloud for our customers, allowing them or providing them with anything from call answering services to appointment setting, also giving them their own remote PA and doing their everyday office tasks such as printing, faxing, scanning and much more. That's what we do.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your crowdfunding campaign. What's it about?
Well, the reason we're crowdfunding is because the High Secretary are now in the next stage of their growth. And what that means is that we need to, in order to ensure that we can continue to benefit the community and also help the employment industry, we are now seeking the help of the public with our crowdfunding. So what we're aiming to do is to raise £10,000 before January the 16th, 2017, and then a further £15,000 before May 2017. When we started, we didn't take out a loan. We started from less than £200 of our own money. That's me as a single parent and my business partner as a mother of twins. So you can imagine how hard that was. But now that we're getting to the next stage of our growth, it's really hard for us to sustain that cost without sacrificing the wages of our staff, which we would never do. So what we're doing is appealing to the public now for their help so that we can really move into a larger office, which we really desperately need, and also so we can to have more team leaders in our group so that we can offer our clients and our PAs more assistance, but also a more sharper and better service, which we already do a good service, I believe, but we want to offer an even better service.
Fantastic.
So that's one of the reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at me, it's fine. Right, so today I'm so excited because I'm going to share some of my exclusive tips.
Yes, please.
How you can use networking to promote your crowdfunding.
Thank you.
But there's a few essentials here that I need to let you know. Crowdfunding is a great way for business growth in so many different areas. So although I'll talk about traditional networking, it's really important to be aware that part of your crowdfunding campaign is also going to increase brand awareness, it's going to drive traffic to your website and social media, and it's also an indirect way to promote your business. And it's a fabulous way to reconnect with old contacts in your network, especially if you met somebody 6 months ago or a year ago and they've just got lost in your network. Not only that, it really shows the art of networking and how networking really works when it comes to the follow-up and coffee follow-up. So when I give you my tips, I'm really going to emphasize on the coffee follow-ups because that's where the magic happens. Now, what some networkers who don't feel comfortable with networking is they will attend networking and don't follow up. And I always say, like, coffee follow-up is so essential because if you get somebody's business card or you go to their website, it's not personal, is it? No. So this is going to really help you. So when I was thinking of some tips and how could I translate it to make it work, I think this is the way. So the first thing I would really recommend for you to do, what's your end date of the campaign?
So our end date for the first stage is 16th of January 2017.
Okay, that's great. You have some time. So what you need to do is use Eventbrite, Meetup, or findnetworking.com and schedule as many networking events as you can. But what I recommend you to do, because you're based in Croydon, Surrey, is to do a ratio of 3 to 1.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is attend three networking events within your area,
Okay.
and then those outside of London or in North London, South London.
Okay.
The reason is your magical tool is going to be the coffee follow-up.
Yeah.
So to try and to promote the crowdfunding, and for new people who may not have known you, they're going to feel really more comfortable, motivated to meet you locally.
Yeah.
But not just that, you can also bring them to your office for coffee, and it makes it a bit more personal and intimate. So that's the very first thing, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the next thing is you must integrate your networking with online and something that I call 5 a day.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So here's how we do it. So if you meet a new delegate after a networking event, you really want to get them to a coffee follow-up.
Okay.
And then when you get to the coffee follow-up, make sure you spend more time asking questions about their business and also struggles that they have. Now, do you remember I said it's a great way to promote your business as well?
Yeah, you did.
So make sure you have like 2 essential tips that you can share with them to save time. Because your business, in a sense, is all about saving costs, saving time, maximise cost productivity. So you want to do that. Then when it's time for you to talk about your crowdfunding, I know you probably have a feeling, oh my God, I don't want to sell and like
exactly
beg for money. You know, I'm 10,000, I need just a penny. No. So what you really need to do is talk about the story. Because on your crowdfunding website, it's got a really great story, and it's a true story, humble to yourself. So talk about the story, but also talk about the charity aspect of it as well, and let them know that there's a proportion that goes to charity, and maybe just run through some of the rewards. So that's really essential. Then the other thing is, which most networkers may not know, there's a next degree of following up. Now, what you need to do when you're both getting comfortable and you're wrapping up, say, I would love to just follow up with you. Can I either reach you on social media, LinkedIn, or send you an email? Because you want to give them more information. But everybody likes their eggs different, right?
Very true.
So what you need to do is ask them, how would you like more information on the crowdfunding? Because people are different. Like me, I don't like long emails. Text, WhatsApp, I think you know.
Yeah, I do.
So by asking them, they're going to feel more motivated and maybe inspired to buy a reward and support you. But by you asking them, you're cherishing their time and you're putting them first. But make sure you follow that through. And you can be fun with it as well. Because if you remember, I said the crowdfunding is going to promote your business. So if you met me at a coffee follow-up and I said, look, I'm good, social media, LinkedIn, you can also use my handle and say, I met Bella today, we had a great follow-up. Thanks for your time. So those are ways of building relationships, which is really important for networking, and that's going to get you a step further towards. Okay. So the next thing as well, it may be because of the Christmas in January, you might have like a few days where there's not a lot of networking going on. But I really urge you to try and do something every day. Now you might think, well, hold on. I've already booked up my coffee follow-ups. I haven't got any more people to. But you do. Use LinkedIn and social media. More LinkedIn. What you can do is, I'm not sure how well you know LinkedIn, but on LinkedIn on the top right, there's something called like work anniversaries. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Right.
Always coming up.
It's really a good way to prompt you, like who's in your network. And I use it daily. And there's a lot of people, I think, oh my God, I haven't spoken to that person in a long time. This is a great way to reconnect with old contacts. So what you do is, maybe every day, you only need to spend maybe 15, 20 minutes. Go through those work anniversaries, and some of your old contacts are going to pop out. And take the online offline.
Okay, explain how you do that.
Absolutely. So you wish them a happy work anniversary. Go to their profile because you're connected. Look at their contact details and either drop them an email or drop them an email or give them a call to say, look, we haven't seen each other for some time. it'll be great for us to have a coffee follow-up so I can see where you are, where you are. And also what happens is when you haven't spoken to an old contact for a long time, businesses change and they might move location or their business might have grown. So in some ways it might be great for you to see if they need your help or you might be able to help them. So the same process is the same to try to get to the following up stage, coffee follow-up. So when you have that coffee follow-up, go through that process again about the story. So that helps. The other thing is never feel bad or frustrated that you can't ask them if they know anybody in their network that might be interested or to support you. But always remember, it's not a scoreboard, because you might help them more, and they may only do 2 for you. So there's no, that's networking. So that's really, really important. The other thing that I'd say that's really important is you will have backers between now and January who would have made a pledge. So it's really important to maximise social media and say thank you to them across social media, because it shows that your campaign's still alive. You want to be as visible as possible, and you also want to show that what you're offering and why. Okay, because sometimes when you're using social media, it's hard to think of content and you don't want to be saying the same things all the time. I just want to take you back to LinkedIn because I've just thought of something else that's going to help you. Now on LinkedIn, you know there's a section where new connections, lots of connection requests. That's also a great way. So what I mean by that is if somebody makes a connection, say Mary, and you might remember her from a networking event or within your network, maybe give her a call and say thank you for connecting with me. You know, just have a reminder where you met, and then also invite her for coffee as well. So that coffee follow-up is really important. So with those tips, I'm sure you've got a few questions which I'm happy to answer.
I really.
So go ahead.
You know, I was so
and if
excited
anybody's
about
got any questions on Facebook, do drop us the question, and all your comments, we will answer them at the end of the session. So what questions do you have there?
Because I mean, you know, I suppose I didn't quite understand a lot about what you did, but I can see you're very much expert in your field. So I just wanted to know how our crowdfunding can better help us to understand and benefit from the power of networking, short term but also long term, which I think you kind of explained, but you know, could you just take me a bit deeper into that?
Okay, thank you for congratulating me there.
Yeah,
I worked hard being a networking guru, and I think you touched on something there, long term and short term. Now, I'm always a strategic thinker, long term, so let me answer that one. Now, I also said networking is a marketing tool, and it shouldn't just be done on its own. So the strategic and long-term benefit for your crowdfunding is huge. First thing is, it shows you're a business professional and you're an entrepreneur because you want to grow your business. And every time you grow your business, your network is going to increase. So that's one thing. So long-term, a lot of the coffee follow-ups, new relationships, reigniting the old network is going to grow. And I always say, like, there's always a method of 2 and 3, because you may meet someone, they will always be able to introduce you to another person or 2. So that means your network is doubling without you know it. Okay. Short term is funding. A lot of businesses don't realise you should periodically always be looking for extra finance. I always say the term, think of your business just as if you were a charity, because charities always fundraise all the time, every day. It's in their blood to fundraise. They don't wait till the last minute and start shaking the tin outside the tree. Do you know what I mean? And as business owners, we don't tend to look at this. So we might get a great client that might be, I don't know, a 10,000 or 100k client, and we don't think, hold on, we always need to look at funding. So that's going to be really, really important. So that shows that you're always looking for funding to expand your business.
Thank you so much. And another thing I want to ask, because you know I'm very new to the networking world, So I want to know, what are some of the tricks of the networking world that the average person may not be aware of, and how can essential knowledge of those tricks assist them in becoming better networkers?
Right, the first thing I would say, because I'm also old school,
Yeah.
and I've got the maths to prove this,
Yeah.
is the great networkers and the ones that I train, I give a 5-day call, 5-a-day call. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
By the way?
I'll tell you the end first, because
Okay.
I'm strategic. So the end means your network grows by 1,025 new contacts every year.
Okay.
Now it's really simple, just like 5 a day fruit and veg.
Yeah.
Now I do strategies for my client that they call 5 people a day in the network. Or if they're busy and they prefer maybe 3 emails in 2 days, I don't mind how you do it, as long as you call or make contact with 5 people in your network every day. And these don't have to be long, drawn-out conversations like with your best friend and, or your mum on the phone. You know what I mean? Short, quick conversations. How are you doing? Let's reconnect. And by doing that and asking the right questions and listening out for keywords, you'll be amazed at how it grows your network. It's just huge. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely got to take that one on.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you when I first.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I just ask as well, why would you say that expert help is actually needed in the field of networking, especially for somebody who might be quite new to it? How can an understanding of networking help them to get better results for their business?
Well, the very first thing is you have to believe networking is going to work, or you're lost.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so true.
You have to believe it's going to work. But not just that, you have to also make networking work for your industry.
Yeah.
So you are like a virtual assistant, often secretarial skills. So the tips I gave you for your industry might be different to an accountant. It might be different to a graphic designer. It might be different to a printing company. So also, with that said, a lot of people compare to their peers.
Yeah.
Like I might say, oh Chanela, I went to 5 networking events this week and you went to 2.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be frowned on because the way you network and the way I network is different.
Yeah.
So those that are not good at it, I always say, try to go to events to practice rather than business development. And that's the best way, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
A lot of people think I dropped out of the sky in the networking tube. It was one day at a time, one business card. So but you have to have the belief it's going to work. And not only that, you have to make the hard work as well. Yeah, you have to do the hard work.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Bella. I really enjoyed that, and I'm definitely going to be applying all of those principles.
Oh, that's great. Well,
So
I want to
thank
see
you.
how you get on in January.
Yes, me too.
And if you
Fun.
have any questions, then you know how to get me by text.
I do.
Or by WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to have plenty of questions.
Yeah. So thank
you.
you guys for watching the show. I hope you really enjoyed the tips and learnt a few things on how to promote your crowdfunding or any funding. I'm going to be live on Facebook for the next hour and a half, so please drop your questions in the comments box, and I'll also share the link to Chanela's crowdfunding. So please share this video and tune in next week at 12:15 UK time, and that's 7:15 AM Eastern USA time. Thank you guys.
Thank you.